Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode of NASCAR Heat for Career Mode. I hope you're all having a great day. Today we go to Texas at the Xfinity, or for the Xfinity Series and the Monster Energy Cup Series. So we come straight to the Xfinity race where we had subscriber Nick Fow in the car. And coming into this race, we had finally gotten our team improved quite decently to where we expected a better run here. We actually had Nick qualify up towards P19, right around there, so it was certainly a big step up from what we have been having at the start of the season. So our confidence was pretty high in this race as came through past midway point. Had been gaining a few positions here and there as he was trying to pass the 23 of John Hunter Nemechek as he looked to the inside of him through turns 3 and on the exit of turn 4. But Nick had struggled to quite get to the top 10 position, as obviously we don't expect to run P10 or in the top 10 yet, so we come to the final lap at this point. He's still running around John Hunter Nemechek, getting passed by Tyler Reddick here through the final few corners. Reddick actually, I think, started towards the back of the field as he came down this front straightaway, though Nick would come through to cross the line just behind the 23 of John Hunter Nemechek and finish in P15 for us here in Texas. So all of a sudden, we're certainly starting to show some speed here in the Xfinity Series. So we come straight through, though, in the Cup Series qualifying, heading down through this front straightaway, crossing the line with a 29.779, and we go P19 here for the start of Texas Motor Speedway. So hopefully we can work our way forwards and have a strong top 10 run here today, and maybe even have a chance at our first win of the season. Unlikely, but on the pole we got Kyle Busch. So let's get ready to go green here in Texas.
Today, the stars of the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series stampede into Texas Motor Speedway for the O'Reilly Auto Parts 500. Another great day for racing. So let's head right down to the track.
All right, thank you, Rick Allen. We're ready to go green here for the O'Reilly Auto Parts 500 at Texas Motor Speedway. We have Michael McDowell, who is not nearly as fast as expected, and then we got Kyle Busch on the pole. But Joey Logano, he crashed during qualifying, so he will be starting at the back of the field here today at Texas Motor Speedway. So can he work his way to the front? We're about to find out now as we are ready to go green. We do gain one position due to Logano being sent to the back, so we're going to start here in now P18 alongside the 24 of William Byron as the green flag is out. We are underway here at Texas Motor Speedway. Behind us, we got one of our teammates of Eric Almirola on the inside of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. as we make this stretch down towards turns 1. Kyle Busch and Kurt Busch actually on that front row as we come through the center of the corner. Kurt Busch, though, on the outside, falling back very quickly as the outside, a lot of tracks on restarts isn't very good. Texas, it's terrible. Now as we come through, making it 3 wide early on here as we went down towards turn 3 with Paul Menard in the 21 car now trying to look to the outside of David Reagan as we drift up the track a little bit there as we come through on the exit of the corner. Stenhouse trying to make it 4 wide for the moment there as we come through, though, down this front straightaway to complete the first and opening lap here in Texas. We look to the inside of the 13 of Ty Dillon here with 19 laps to go in this first stage. So 20 lap stage, one of the longer mile-and-a-half races on the schedule. Obviously Texas, Atlanta, and the Coca-Cola 600 are definitely the 3 longest mile-and-a-half races we go to. Now as we go down into turn 3, Denny Hamlin had actually taken the lead from his JGR teammate of Kyle Busch at this point as we came through on lap 6, still battling with these guys as we moved up into P11, but Ty Dillon, the 31 on our outside and 24 of William Byron, we had actually gone 4 wide down the back straightaway, but thankfully we kept it clean. Now as we come through turn 3, we would be able to get ahead of Tyler Reddick for this moment and set our sights now on William Byron. And what now, we would continue moving our way forwards again. We had passed Keselowski and had also been working on passing Kurt Busch, and we had moved into P10 at this point here on lap 9 of 20 in the stage. So slowly but surely moving our way forward. It's kind of similar to the last time we were in Texas in our career mode, where the longer the run went, the better our car got, because sure enough, we would now be able to make a pass on the 13 of Ty Dillon through turns 3 and on the exit of turn 4. So now up inside, or up into P9 as we come through to complete that lap now with just 7 laps to go here in the first stage. Ryan Blaney now leading the way at this point, so he's looking for, I think, his first playoff point of the season. But Denny Hamlin actually would take the lead back now as he came through on lap 16 of 20 in the stage. Ty Dillon had actually stuck with me at this point. Now is actually, we got a spinner down the front straightaway. It's the 40 of Jamie McMurray goes spinning through the infield grass, and that's going to bring a caution. It looks like Cody Ware got a piece of that, but we would take 2 cans of fuel, 4 tires, and this would actually set us up for a 1-lap dash to decide the results here for stage 1 as the green flag is back out and we are underway. Ryan Blaney is in the lead, Hamlin second on that front row now as it's 1 lap to go here in stage 1 as we make this stretch down towards turns 1. Ty Dillon up inside the top 10, so far a great run for the 13 car of Ty Dillon, who's piloting that race car as we come through the center of the corner. He's trying to make it 3 wide with Kyle Busch now as we go down this back straightaway for the final time here in stage 1. We're going to look to the inside and and make it 3 wide with Jones and Kyle Busch as we go through turns 3 and towards turns 4 for the final time here in stage 1, and it looks like it's going to be Blaney leading over Chase Elliott as we exit turn 4, and Ryan Blaney is going to come through to win stage 1 as we barely get P6 here over Kyle Busch here in the first and opening stage. So Chase Elliott P2, Alex Bowman in P3, so a decent showing here for Hendrick Motorsports in this first stage, as we would not have to make a pit stop going into stage 2, so we would get ready to restart here in P6 for the start of the stage. So Ryan Blaney is ready to lead the way here to the start of stage 2. Obviously, last season in our Career Moto rookie season, he had a pretty rough season. He was the last guy to make it into the playoffs, but then in the first round, he went and won the first 2 races, which put him into the second round, but unfortunately he got eliminated. So we're going to see if we can find some speed here today in Texas to maybe punch his ticket into the playoffs. Now as we go down towards turns 1, Larson, obviously being a rival, he tried to crowd us up there towards the wall a little bit, but thankfully we kept it clean. Now as we come through the center of the corner, Kyle Busch to the inside, his JGR teammate of Denny Hamlin just on our front bumper now, as we have Eric Jones, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. just behind us, as it's 88 of Alex Bowman who moves into P2. Surprisingly, Bowman has had a much better season so far here. Obviously we're not even, I don't even think, a quarter of the way through the season yet, but he's had a much better season than our rookie season from last time out now, as he is up inside, I think, the top 5 in points or so right now as we come through turns 1 here on lap 2 of 19 in the stage. Ty Dillon showing some strong speed here today in Texas. He's actually making the pass on us, as I just couldn't quite find that short run speed that I needed in the car, and the same thing happened last time here in Texas. I really think that I might need to consider trying using a full-blown custom setup in the future, but at the same time we still can run top 10, so I think we might be okay. But now, sure enough, we came to lap 3. We had actually gone past the 13 of Ty Dillon, but then he battled back on the outside, and Stenhouse, he split through to the inside and took us 3 wide as we dropped down to P11 at this point. So certainly the short run speed is just not what we need to have right now. And Alex Bowman, he had actually taken the lead at this point, so he was starting to drive away just a little bit. And sure enough, though, we come through on lap 9 of 19. We had gotten to the inside of Eric Jones, and we were able to thankfully get ourselves back inside the top 10, as it certainly seemed about after 10 or so laps, the car started to kind of shift towards my advantage against the AI. Now as we came through on lap 12 of 19, we'd be able to battle to the inside of Ricky Stenhouse Jr., easily make a pass on him. So now my confidence was building up at this point, but sure enough, we come to lap 17, actually cutting through the grass a little bit, and we would end up getting a caution though, and that would end the stage there, as I wasn't really paying attention going down that front straightaway. I was looking to my left because there was someone in the pit lane, and I drove right through the grass, but a caution came out, and you're going to see that we have a driver that DNF'd. It was Jimmy Johnson. He DNF'd last episode in Martinsville. He DNFs again today. His playoff hopes obviously still early in the season, but not what he needs at all if he wants to be a playoff contender here today, or this season I should say now, as he would come to the pit lane though for 2 cans of fuel, 4 tires. I believe it was Alex Bowman who won the stage. Now as the green flag though is out, and the third and final stage is underway. One of the longest final stages here on the 1.5-mile tracks now. 42 laps to go, so certainly pretty lengthy. If it stays green, we will have to make a pit stop here under the green flag conditions, as it's Alex Bowman who restarted P2. Ryan Blaney leads away. Our rival of Kyle Larson, he finds himself there making a pass for second place on Alex Bowman. Obviously last season in our career mode, Kyle Larson didn't even make the playoffs. He had such a rough season, and he really focused a lot on actually trying to ruin our day, so that was a big issue for him. Now as William Byron and Stenhouse took us 3 wide there through the center of the corner and on the exit, and they made the pass as we come through to complete this first and opening lap of this third stage here in Texas as we go down towards turns 1. Larson now to the lead here in Texas. Surprisingly, Larson is still looking for win number 1 of our career mode. He hasn't won a single race since we started here in the Cup Series, which is very surprising. Now as we got Eric Almirola now on lap 45 making a pass on us. We're still at that short run portion where the car just didn't have any speed. Kyle Busch, he had gotten past me. Larson, he no longer had the lead. It was actually Alex Bowman who retook the lead. Now as Joey Logano would make a pass on me as well, put me down to P11. Remember, Joey Logano started at the back of the field due to crashing in qualifying, so he is now finally getting himself up here in the battle as he tries to move his way forwards here towards this final stage. Now as we come through out of turns 4, there's actually trouble there for the 47 of Ryan Preece, who blew a right front tire. He's spinning down towards the line. The 51 of BJ McLeod involved, and that's going to bring out a caution here in Texas with 38 laps to go. No pit stops were made, so we get right back into the action here from P11 as the green flag is back out. Alex Bowman leads way, certainly showing that he probably has the strongest car right now as we go down towards turns 1. But I really think we have to watch out for that 22 of Joey Logano. He has started in the back of the field, and he has finally found himself up inside this top 10. So maybe we're going to have to watch out for him here as we go down this back straightaway. Eric Almirola just in front of us. I think so far he's been the worst SHR car on our team this season, but he hasn't done terrible. I think he is right in around that playoff picture right now towards that final spot, like he was kind of last season as well, until he won his way in at Pocono now as we go down this front straightaway, completing the first lap since the restart. 34 laps to go here at Texas as we go down, diving into turns 1. Hamlin, he is taking the lead now. You see Bowman all the way up at the wall, which is not a very good move for him now as we get taken 3 wide again between the 13 and the 10 of Dylan and Almirola now. So certainly a lot of 3 wide racing here in this third and final stage now as we come through the center of the corner, and we nearly take out the 13 as Larson. He would battle back to take the lead. Now as Boyer's going to go 3 wide with us in Almirola, he would get past us, and we would continue just falling down the order at this point. Eric Jones had come through to make a pass. Joey Logano putting on some pressure. He would get past, and then we would fight back though to P12, passing once again Eric Almirola, setting our sights once again on the 13 of Ty Dillon. But now I was starting to think about green flag pit stops, and I decided on lap 63 we're going to short pit by a few laps and see if we can make up a bunch of positions. So sure enough, we come through now to the pit lane. The tire icon actually comes on now as we go down towards the pit lane, thankfully getting to speed, almost spinning the car up, but it was 2 cans of fuel, 4 tires, and halfway down the pit lane the caution comes out. We were the only guy on pit road, so I make the pit stop, and now everyone has to pit. We don't. We're still on the lead lap. We're going to come out leading this race here in the final 20 laps at Texas. So short pitting definitely plays into our favor, but unfortunately we know what the long run speed is in this car. I didn't have a chance to adjust it once that caution came out, so we're stuck with the adjustments that we had before we made that pit stop. Unfortunately, I would have loosened it up if I knew there was going to be a caution. Now as we come through 18 laps to go in Texas, Blaney and Elliott behind me. We have a great launch, but obviously we know they're going to close up to us very quickly as we come through out of turn 2. Elliott leading that little pack of cars as we go down this back straightaway. We know he's got a fast car here today in Texas. He's run up inside the top 5, I think, a majority of this race as we lead the way through turns 3 and turns 4. But there you see the Napa 9 driver of Chase Elliott for Hendrick Motorsports putting the pressure on as we're trying to get win number 1 on the season, but it's going to be a big feat here. 17 laps to go. We know we don't have the fastest car in the long run, especially the short run now, as Elliott is right there on our bumper within feet now as we exit turn 2, and sure enough, he gets me on the exit of the corner. I just pushed up too tight and simply just couldn't keep the car down, and Elliott, he would go through to make the pass for the lead, and then William Byron would come through on lap 69. He would come through to take over P2. All of a sudden, he's looking for career win number 1. He'd been putting the pressure on on Chase Elliott, and now Eric Almirola a lap later makes a pass on me as we go down this back straightaway towards turn 3. So starting to slip our way down through the order now as we came out of turn 4, coming through to the line. Byron putting the pressure on Elliott, looking for that lead position, but now Kevin Harvick, our teammate, goes spinning on the exit of turn 4 down the front straightaway into the outside wall. He might collect Paul Menard in the process, as well as the 32 of Corey LaJoie. That brings out a caution with 14 laps to go as William Byron was putting the pressure on Elliott for the lead, but now he has to restart on the outside lane, so that's a huge advantage to the 9 of Chase Elliott. Now as the green flag though is back out, just 11 laps to go here in Texas. And already not a very good launch for the 24 of William Byron, and that is out to Chevrolet, and actually just about make a 3 wide with him and Kyle Busch. That was I did not have any intentions of doing that move. That was just more of a kind of the input on the wheel, and it didn't work out so well. So we come through on the exit of turn 4 on this outside lane, dropping like a rock. Now as the 42 of Larson gets to us, he's trying to take us out, and he almost takes himself out in the process as he collects Ty Dillon as well. They keep it straight somehow. Thankfully, as we were running P10 at this point, we would put the pressure now to Kyle Busch on lap 78, looking to the inside of him as the tires were feeling pretty good, and I felt like we had a chance to get some more speed in this car towards these final laps. Now it's Kyle Larson. He's gotten back into the picture. I decided, you know what? You want it so bad, I'm just going to move out of Kyle Larson's way. I don't feel like getting wrecked. He already tried to wreck us a few laps ago, so I decided to, move over, let Larson have the position. We would still get past Kyle Busch, as well as look to the inside of Eric Jones. Joey Logano at this point was leading after starting at the back of the field. Alex Bowman, he catches me off guard there as I push way up the track. He takes over 9th, and we would continue running P10 to the start of this final lap here at Texas Motor Speedway. Almirola to the bottom, Hamlin, Bowman all the way up top, but is the leader of Joey Logano, who has a comfortable gap over second place as we go down this back straightaway for the final time here in Texas, down into turns 3 to the inside of the 88 of Alex Bowman. Larson, our rival, up ahead there, as William Byron is also going to come through here today with a very solid finish as we're side by side with the 88, and so is the 10 of Almirola with Hamlin as we come through to cross the line, and we don't quite get past Alex Bowman. We get P10, but Joey Logano started in the back of the field after wrecking and qualifying. He wins here today for the first time this season at Texas Motor Speedway, obviously the defending champion of our career mode right now. So Jimmy Johnson, though, DNF's very unfortunate for him. The 7-time champ has a lot of work to do if he wants to find himself in playoff contention. After the race, I said we really need to work on our short run speed here. We can't seem to find it. There was a typo right there. Can he seem to find it? Did not notice that, but nothing we can do about it now. But yeah, as always, though, if you guys did enjoy this episode, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Those would all be very appreciated. Larson, he's obviously not happy. He tried to wreck me, but he's the one upset with me. But we still apologize to Larson. We're doing everything we can to get Larson away from being a rival, and that's a big moment, or a big reason why I moved out of the way from him there towards the end after his first attempt of trying to take us out. So if I can, I'm going to try and get out of Larson's way just so we don't get hit around by him, because I really don't want Larson being a rival. He's my favorite driver in the Cup Series, and we're rivals with him, which is unfortunate. So hopefully we can find a way to end this rivalry here. His next race, though, is Bristol. We won last time there, so hopefully we can have a strong run there. I think we will definitely be in contention for the win. So I will see you guys, though, in the next one. Thank you for watching, everybody, and have yourselves a great day.